I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Mission Matters. My name is Adam Torres, and if you'd like to apply to be a guest in the show, just head on over to missionmatters.com and click on Be Our Guest to Apply. All right, so today is a very special episode. I'm here for the 2024 Power Up Conference in Washington, D.C., and my guest is a return guest, a published author with Mission Matters, and a published author many times over, actually, Dr. Nancy O'Reilly. Welcome back to the show.
Well, thank you. Good to see you again.
Okay, first off, having you on the show is good for business because you're the last.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
The last interview we did.
You've been good for my business, too, by the way.
Thank you. The last interview that we did together at the Equestrian Center has over 30,000 views now, and it's our second highest rated video on the channel.
Fantastic. What's the first one?
Who is it? Dave Meltzer. I think he still has the ticket.
I'll have to see that one. But everybody loves animals. Horses, dogs. Like I said, you should have everybody hold a puppy.
Yes, that's what's next. I'm not above that.
Well, I'm happy to be back.
So 2024, we're at the Power Up Conference, Washington, D.C. I think just to get us kicked off, because you got such a relationship with this conference. Where did it start for you with the conference specifically?
Well, I've been a part of this for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
I was at the very first, I was there when they rolled out Take the Lead.
Wow.
And this was at the University of Arizona. Gloria Felt and Gloria was there, and I was sitting in the audience and listening to these women, what they were going to do as far as women's leadership.
Yeah.
I got goosebumps. And so I said to myself, I've got to meet Gloria Felt. I've got to meet these women. And so from then, because I had been out there beating on my drum about women's leadership and partnerships, and I wasn't getting anywhere. So I finally found a group that I thought I could really connect with. And so I did. And I became the chair of the board for several years. I'm still on the board, but Take the Lead is an amazing organization. And this is the 10th anniversary.
Amazing.
10 years ago. We've made a lot of progress, but I think this is going to be even a better year with everything going on, as you know.
Yeah. What do you think are some of the reasons that this has been so successful and can last 10 years? Like, what's some of the magic there?
Because women have not typically supported each other. And that's the goal of Women Connect for Good. Women supporting women.
Yeah.
It's very simple. And it's asking for help, getting help. When they go through the leadership training through Take the Lead, something amazing happens. They finally feel like they've got a network of women who actually do support them, and amazing things happen. I've had people walk out of the conferences or different educational venues and go, I've never felt this way ever, because I really feel like I've connected with women in a way that I never thought was possible. So it's a great thing. Like I said, I had goosebumps, and I think a lot of women, when they learn about Take the Lead and this 10th anniversary, there'll be so many homecomings this weekend. People will be hugging, but that's what's happened. We've created this network of amazing women who are doing things out there changing the world for good.
And so, fun fact for the audience, the first time I met Dr. Nancy in person was last year at the conference. Now, I didn't attend the conference, but I knew you were just leaving it, and I ran there. I was like, let's get a picture. Let's meet in person. You're so close. I think it was at UCLA last year. And I was like, let's meet real quick. And we talked for a couple minutes, and then we got to know each other better. And now I can't believe that you got me in D.C. I'm like,
I'm going to get you everywhere we go now.
And this is my first time in Washington, D.C.
Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding. When I flew in, I was a little starstruck by the skyline because it all seems so real. I've never been here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wow, the airplane's just like, you could see everything. It was just like, it's beautiful.
The Washington Monument is one of the first things you see.
Yeah.
I actually grew up here.
Oh.
So this is, for me, it's like coming home.
Wow.
I went to Thomas Jefferson High School, which is just right across the river. And, we would come down to Georgetown and D.C. all the time. It's a beautiful city. And the history, oh, my gosh.
Yes.
Well, I hope you're going to be a tourist while you're here, because you do need to see some things.
I'm coming back. I didn't know, so I didn't book enough time, but
I
didn't know.
I
didn't know. No, I didn't know. I didn't know.
Oh, my.
I just, go.
Yeah, my daughters and I were some of the last people to walk up the Washington Monument. Since several years ago, they've closed it, so you can only get up to the top with an elevator. So that's kind of historical on my part, this is something my girls and I did, climbing the Washington Monument stairs.
Amazing. So thinking about the conference a little bit further, what can one of the things I like to do in these type of interviews when I'm at a conference, especially one like this, is I want other corporate leaders to get involved. I want them to support. And there's many that are here already, but for those that are at home or watching this, or like the executives that are thinking, where do I fit in this? Because that's how you actually found it. I didn't know that exact story. So you found your tribe there.
Right.
There's many others that can as well. What kind of things would you say specifically
to
like
a
corporate
corporation?
America? Yep.
Well, a corporation, if you'll go and look at the statistics, the Fortune 500 companies, major companies, when they're women in top leadership positions on boards as well, companies are more successful. So having good leaders who are also trained to be good leaders and collaborators and partners. I mean, what are women good at? Communication, problem solving, bringing people together, and asking for help. I mean, these are keys. I mean, in corporations, the ones that are successful now, there's more of a personal, a more transparent way of doing business. People are working together. It's not us and them, it's us. Your customers begin in your corporation. 5 people can tell 5 other people how good or bad you are. 5 people in your own company can go out and tell people this is not the place to work. You want 5 people in your own corporation going out and going, this is a fantastic culture. You can grow in here. There's people that will support you. It's a win-win.
So we have another thing that we're both celebrating this week. So I got to bring that up. We have our book launch together.
Yes.
Come on, a solid year putting this together, which Melissa, Hillary, the whole team.
12 authors.
Oh my gosh.
12 authors.
How do you feel when you first read the book the first time? What was your feeling?
I know all these people very well. They were chosen specifically because of who they are and what they do. It was a very good feeling, and you know, it's different as their stories are because everyone has a story. You have a story, I have a story, but as different as our stories are, it gets to the same point, the same passion, the same purpose to change the world for good. Each one of those authors are doing things in this world to make this a better place for everyone. We're all in it together.
Yeah. I'll tell you, when I read the book for the first time, it was a Saturday, and I didn't know what I was exactly in for. I was doing the final edit, by the way, all the other things like that, and I always do a final read-through just to make sure everything's where I like it. Hillary's on point anyway, but I do a final read-through, and when I did, I mean, we've published over 400 authors, and everybody has very unique, special stories. But this one hit hard. Like I was emotional through the first 3 chapters. Like I don't normally. We do a lot of business books. But I teared up like multiple times. And that doesn't normally happen in one of our books. They're always business focused. But it's a special project. Like the authors brought their they put their hearts into it. You can feel it. I wasn't expecting. I called Hillary and I'm like, Hillary, you didn't tell me not to read this on a Saturday afternoon. I thought I was going to the beach after this. No. I'm not feeling in a beach. I'm not feeling in a beach mindset right now. I'm feeling in a motivated, get things done, change the world mindset. I was inspired.
But that's why it's so important, because our stories tell others who we are, and then that's how we connect. Everything that we're all more alike than we are different. Yeah. But each one of those authors had their own trials and tribulations to become who they are. No one gets anywhere on an easy ride. People that get anywhere on an easy ride, they don't really understand, do they? Yeah. But those of us that have had trials and tribulations, but we made them into opportunities. And every one of these women, these authors, made their lives make a difference. And they're still doing that today.
It's amazing. It's inspiring. And one of my favorite things about this is I know others are going to be inspired from reading
I hope
this.
so.
Like, I know that. Especially we did we're doing the second part of the interview series. We'll be bringing all the authors back on and celebrating the launch and just building this community and really injecting into all the other amazing communities that are already there, like the conference we're at right now, which Gloria was so nice to allow us to come and present the book to the audience. I mean, it's just, when you talk about women helping women and people collaborating, like it's good. It's good stuff. Happens. It's good stuff, and we need more of that good stuff, don't we? Amazing. I think this 2024 we're going to have some good stuff. But again, these are friends. Yeah. This is a community building friends and relationships, and a network that will last as long as
all of us are around, but we'll be passing the torch to younger women and girls. So lifting women, lifting girls is what it's all about.
Wonderful. Last thing is Women Connect for Good. For those that don't know it, I can't let you off the line. Last question. For those that don't know it or haven't seen our previous work together, maybe just talk a little bit about the organization.
Okay. Well, I've been talking about it the whole time. Women Connect for Good is strictly, the mission's simple. Women supporting women. Long ago, I was talking to a woman, let's call her Mary.
Yeah.
And I was asking Mary, how can I help you? She had a book. And I said, what can I do to help you and promote your book? And it became very, very quiet. And I thought maybe the call had dropped. And she said, you mean you want to help me?
Wow.
And it was almost in such a, almost a shy way. And I said, that's exactly what I want to do. And that's exactly what we've been doing since 2012, is helping women to find that they've already finding their purpose and making their dreams come true. When they do that, it helps us all. But that connection, that community continues to grow. But it's also men. And again, we have to bring everybody into it, boys and girls, but we're all about lifting as we rise.
That's a great way to end it, lifting as we rise. I know you have a lot to do. The conference is going. You got some VIP events, concerts, things to do. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank
and
you.
I appreciate you coming back.
Thank you so much. Thank you.